in today's video, we're taking a closer look at the Revolut Ultra Card, the highest or the priciest card on Revolut. Now the question is this card worth it? Should you be getting it? And are the benefits actually worth paying for? Let's find out. First off, the Revolut Ultra Card comes with a pretty hefty price of 45 euros per month, which you are paying on a yearly basis. Now, this might vary depending on where you are based or what country you're from, but it is definitely a significant amount no matter how you slice it. But what exactly are you getting for the price itself? Well, as the name suggests, it comes in a platinum plated card, which is pretty hefty itself. It looks cool, sure, but if you put it next to a Revolut metal card, the differences are definitely minimal. And if the aesthetics are the only reason for upgrading, which it definitely shouldn't, but if it's one of the reasons why you're considering to upgrade, then you might want to think twice and consider saving yourself 30 euros per month by sticking with the metal card itself. Just a few days ago, I met someone else with the metal card and they had the metal silver card, or I think it's the metal silver card. And if you put them next to each other, I mean, there's not really any difference. But in the end of the day, you should never really upgrade just based on the card itself. But if that's something you're considering, you should definitely not even consider it. Now, if we talk more about the benefits that you actually get with the card itself, one of the new features that Revolut has announced is for its UK customers, where you're able to get an eSIM directly through your phone, which allows you to get 100 megabytes of global data directly through the phone itself. You're not going to be able to watch a bunch of Netflix series or a bunch of YouTube videos using this data, but it should be able to be enough just to text your friends or send a couple of pictures to your family. Sadly, this feature is not available to everyone. It's just for UK-based customers, but this feature might come to everyone else as well. But one of the reasons why I think that Revolut is not going to push this feature to the rest of Europe is that within Europe, or if you're traveling within Europe, you already have free data roaming, but UK is not part of EU anymore. So that's the reason why they might have pushed this feature for its UK-based customers. But I guess we'll see what Revolut does with this feature. In my opinion, it's not something that I would pay 45 euros for. But on top of this, you have other features as well with the subscription. Now, the main benefits that Revolut is pushing with the subscription or with the card itself is all the lifestyle benefits. Now, for the lifestyle benefits, we're talking about free subscriptions for services like the Financial Times, you have NordVPN, you also have WeWork, and I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos as well. Now, all of these benefits are totaling to almost 4,000 euros of value in annual benefits, at least according to Revolut. But there is a catch though. These benefits only make sense if you already are paying for these subscriptions or services, or if you're planning to use them. There's not really any point getting something because you're just getting it for free. In my opinion, I haven't been using any of these services. The one service that I actually use is the Financial Times and NordVPN. That's why I'm mentioning it in this video. There's a bunch of other subscriptions and benefits within the selection of benefits itself, but most of them you're most likely not using already. And if you're planning to use them, I'm sure you could benefit from this. But in general, I think most of these are pretty trash, or at least not really worth your time actually getting. Now, the one benefit I really enjoyed myself is the WeWork access. So if you're subscribing to the Ultra plan, you actually get three free WeWork passes, which basically means you can go to a WeWork office anywhere in the world for free 3 times per month. Now, this is a great feature if you tend to travel a lot and you want to find a place where you can actually work. Now, with WeWork, they are probably gonna go bankrupt, so I'm not sure how long Revolut is actually gonna keep this feature, but it is a nice feature to have, and I've used it a couple of times, and I think it's definitely a good benefit to have. Now, let's talk about traveler perks, because travel perks are obviously one of the main reasons why people are getting Revolut. It is a travel card, it's always been advertised as a travel card, as you have a lot of benefits when it comes to using ATMs, for example, or switching to different currencies. So let's dive into it. One of the third things that you get with the Ultra plan is that you have unlimited airport lounge access through a partnership with Dragon Pass. Now, this means that you can go to an airport lounge basically anywhere. Dragon Pass is a fairly large network of airport lounges throughout the world. Now, the downside of this is that the quality of these lounges, at least in my opinion, are a lot worse compared to what you get with Amex, for example. So if you have an Amex Gold card, you can get a lot more benefits in terms of just the quality of these lounges itself. But obviously it's gonna depend which country you're traveling in and what airport you're actually at, because it's gonna hugely depend. And I think lounges in Europe, for example, are usually on the lower quality side. I think it's the same in the US. But if you go to Asia or the Middle East, you usually have a lot better access to quality lounges. But the card also comes with fee-free ATM withdrawals up to 2,000 euros per month on a limit, which basically means that you're able to withdraw cash when you're traveling abroad, because most countries tend to still use a lot of cash. So if you tend to use cash when you're traveling, this is definitely a great benefit to have. And if you compare it to the metal card, you only get up to 800 euros per month on the ATM withdrawal limit. There's definitely a big difference between the metal and the Ultra subscription. Now, as with the other premium subscriptions on Revolut, you of course also have free currency exchange rates. So if you're exchanging currencies within the app between Monday and Friday, basically when the markets are open, you don't have to pay any additional fees on those currency exchanges. If you're on the free plan, for example, you're gonna pay a small fee for those exchanges. But in this case, if you're on the Ultra plan, you're gonna get the same benefits as the metal plan, and you can exchange your currencies for free directly within the app. Now, the final thing for traveling is gonna be the cashback that you get on accommodation. This is something the Revolut has been pushing a lot, and I was actually a bit frustrated with this when I initially saw that they released this feature. So basically what you get with the Revolut Ultra plan is up to 10% cash back on any accommodation that you book through the Revolut app. And this means that you can basically open up the Revolut app, you can find an hotel you want to book, you book it and you pay for it, and then you instantly get cash back on that booking. The only problem is that you can normally find the exact same hotel for 10% less or more if you book outside the app. Or at least this was my experience last fall when I tried this feature. Now, I did do some quick searches before this video, and it seems like Revolut has fixed this issue, and nowadays it seems like you're saving money instead of paying extra for these hotels. I wouldn't 100% trust this feature yet, so if you're trying to find the hotel, I would recommend you to check the Revolut app and also check whatever other service you usually use. Personally, I usually use booking.com for all my bookings. Not a paid sponsor, but if you're using Booking, I would suggest you to check booking.com and check Revolut and just compare if you're actually paying more or if you're saving money with the app itself. Insurance is another area where Revolut Ultra actually shines. From everyday insurance to global medical and even winter sports coverage, there's a lot on offer here, but the coverage varies by market, so you'll need to do your homework before diving in. So basically just make sure that the insurances you get are actually included, and also make sure that you read the terms of service to make sure that the insurance will apply in your case. What about support in the Revolut app itself? Now, in my experience, Revolut's customer service has been top notch. Last year, they helped me get a refund for a non-refundable hotel booking that I did, something my everyday bank wouldn't touch. Plus, with the Ultra plan, you also get the option for a callback service. If you do prefer to have a bit of a more premium service where you can actually talk to someone, which in my case, I wouldn't pay extra for because I prefer using the live chat compared to having to wait in line and talk to somebody. But if you enjoy the benefit of having the option to call or talk to someone directly, then you do get that service with the Revolut Ultra plan. Lastly, let's talk about savings. Now, savings in the Revolut app, you can actually open up a savings account just like any other bank. Here, Revolut offers up to 4.75% interest on your savings paid daily, and you can withdraw anytime. Now, the metal plan only gets 4% in comparison, and it only goes lower from there. Another digital bank or bank alternative is Wise, and they currently offer 3.66% on euro and 4.67% on the pound. Slightly less than Revolut, but you're not paying a 45% euro monthly fee to access that higher interest rate. So is the Revolut Ultra Card worth it? Well, if you actually use the benefits, the insurances, and the travel benefits, it might just be. But if you're just drawn in for the card's aesthetics, or if you feel like you're not really gonna utilize all of the benefits that comes with the card, then I would definitely recommend sticking with one of the lower tier options like the metal subscription. Personally, I didn't think the Revolut Ultra Card was actually worth it for myself, which is why I'm sticking with the metal plan instead. That's gonna wrap up our Revolut Ultra review. Do you feel like the Revolut Ultra Card is worth it? Does the benefits outweigh the cost? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there, make sure you also leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos on fintech or digital banking alternatives. But that's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video here on the channel.